Hello, everyone. Connecting with you today to talk about really some important things that I want you to be made aware of. Namely, beginning with the restarting, the relaunching, the reactivating of our life groups. That will be upon us here within just the next few weeks. And I want to make you aware that you will begin to hear information about that. You will be getting information in regards to registering your life group. And I would just remind you that all of our life groups, whether you were active before we began our Tuesday night prayer or not, we are asking that all of our life groups register once again. With that, there are a couple of things that I think are important for you to know. We will be going into a season of Leader's Choice, and for those of you that are not aware of what this is, really we are going to leave the topic of discussion up to you as a life group leader on what you will study for that 8-week period of time. I do, though, want to give some instruction and maybe even some encouragement as to the direction of study and conversation and growth within your life groups during this time. We are going into a very important season leading up to the Easter celebration, Resurrection Sunday, and then what would follow after that being our pursuit of upcoming Pentecost and the celebration of the outpouring of the Spirit of God upon all people. And with this, I would say to our life group leaders, the suggestion would be, would you take those 8 weeks with your life group, would you consider going through a Bible study? Would you consider focusing on the subject of personal evangelism? Would you take the time and talk about Pentecost and really what was experienced there on those first century believers, and then also experienced by so many millions of others all throughout history and now even yet still today? Would you take the time to focus on this? The other thing that I think is important for you to be made aware of is that we are encouraging all of our life groups to continue to make Tuesday night prayer a priority. I know that there gets to be a lot of things that are on our schedules, and I understand that, and I am aware of this. But I want to remind you, Jesus made the statement when he was righteously angered, if you will, when he came into the temple and they, by his own charge, they had made the temple a den of thieves. And he said, "It is written that my house shall be called a house of prayer." And really this comes from the prophetic given by the prophet Isaiah in chapter 56 and verse 7, where the Lord is speaking, and he said that he would bring them, speaking of peoples, to his holy mountain, and he would make them joyful in my house of prayer. And he said, their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted on my altar, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people, or for all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, today, probably more than any other time in our lives, this place that we gather, when we come together corporately, should be known as a house of prayer. We want to protect this moment. We want to protect this priority. And so as a result, we are going to keep Tuesdays closed or unavailable for life groups to register. You can register any other day of the week except for Tuesday evenings. We want to protect our prayer moment, that corporately, when it comes to making a choice, our choice is we will gather corporately on Tuesdays together for prayer. Our world needs believers who will gather and pray and seek the face of God and expect a demonstration of the supernatural to happen both in our midst, in our homes, and in our communities. And so please begin to think about how you are going to prepare and how you are going to get ready for this upcoming season of Leader's Choice. Understand that sticky notes will also be available through this time period. And so if you're not entirely sure of what you would want to focus on as a life group leader, you will be able to use sticky notes and lead your life group with us as a church body as we pursue coming into the Easter holiday and then going into the season of what we know as Pentecost. And so be ready, be prayerful, and be listening to God that through this moment we would make plans that would honor God and that would allow us to remain in the flow of the Holy Ghost. That the thing that God would accomplish, that it truly would be accomplished. And so again, as I said, more information will be coming out and you will be made aware of registration times to register your life group. So God bless you. And we are just so excited about what God is doing. I am so excited about all of the new people that are becoming a part of our family. I'm so appreciative of all of you who have made Tuesday night prayer a priority. And it is no coincidence that the things that we are experiencing in the Spirit of God, the things that we are experiencing in our lives, there is no coincidence. This is a result of our becoming more intentional about pursuing the face of our God. So I love you. I appreciate you. Continue to pursue Christ and allow Him to be seen and shown through your lives. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your week.